Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for September 2024. How are you? How has your August been? I know that we had Mercury retrograde for most of August, so did you have any experiences with that? I know that sometimes you can find that you'll get people that come back from the past or you relive situations. There can be issues with electronics, and they often say not to sign contracts during that time as well because you can get kind of tricked with the fine print. I usually don't get anything significant happen to me around that time, to be honest with you. I think the extent of it was I had a few glitches, like with a meeting that I was doing. It was a 3 day, well, quarter course, 3 day sessions. The first 2 days were fine. The final day, for some reason, it just would not connect to the meeting, even though the internet connection was strong. Other than that, a few glitches with YouTube comments. For some reason the comment ended up on the wrong video, not sure how, and I've noticed it with a few other people as well, where they're making a comment and you can tell it's irrelevant to that video, that it was meant for something else, or my comments disappeared altogether. So yeah, but yeah, feel free to share what your experience has been with August and the Mercury retrograde. But we're going to get into it for you, so we'll start off with the pre-reading meditation. Parts of that made me giggle a little bit. So the first thing that came in during the meditation was potion bottles. The first thing I saw in the potion bottle was the color green, and I'll explain that at the end. But green was there, and then it kind of was like looking at someone doing experiments. But you know, like when you do them at school, so you have the Bunsen burner, you have the what do you call it, the white, what the hell do you call it? My child has one because they usually do a science day at school. Oh my god, I can't remember the name. The jacket thing, the white jacket thing. You know what it is. The name will probably come to me later. The goggles as well. So it was like doing that, but in a school environment, even though it was an adult. And then there were multiple attempts to kind of get the right formula. At least one of the attempts, the thing literally blew up in the person's face that was doing an experiment, and it was literally like a you know, like on a cartoon where there's an explosion, like if they were doing a scientific experiment in a cartoon and then an explosion happened, and it's comical, you know, no one gets hurt, it's just that their hair flies up and their face gets covered in soot or something, and you know, that kind of thing. It was comical. It made me giggle a little bit. That happened, and then eventually the person experimenting did get the right formula, and it was like a magical elixir. And with that magical elixir, they drank it, and it kind of gave them like a superpower or something. I don't know what the super, well, invincible came to mind, but the word superpowers and invincibility and super strength came to mind. So yeah, take that as you will. So with that color green at the beginning, I remembered the green and I thought, why did I see green? And then I thought, what color is the what chakra is green? And I believe it's the heart chakra. So that might be relevant for you if you want to look that up. The heart chakra, then feel free, and that might help you to understand the messages more. It might just be relevant for you. One thing I get from that is Leo energy, because it's the heart chakra, isn't it? And there was something that felt very much like Leo energy in there. So I don't know if you're embracing some sort of Leo energy, or if you're involved with a Leo, or a Leo's helping you. Take that as it's relevant for you. But we're going to get into your reading now. So these are the decks I'll be using. We're going to start off with a message from the Witch's Wisdom deck first of all. So what do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for September 2024? So what do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for September? This is one of the most awkward decks to shuffle under a camera, but there we go. I was expecting it to fly across the room, to be honest. Right, we have air, imagination. Right, so let's see what tarot cards come out for you as well. So what else do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for September? September 2024. So you've got the Four of Swords in reverse, This one's meant to be here. So we've got the Seven of Wands in reverse. What else? The Tower. Capricorn, you and this bloody Tower, I swear. I feel like at least half of the readings I've ever done for you on the channel and this channel have had the Tower in them. Could be exaggerating slightly, but I feel like the Tower shows up a lot for you. What else do we need to know? And death. That's big when you get the Tower and death. I mean, that can like be spiritual awakening again. As I say, I feel like that's come up for you a couple of times. Right. The Queen of Swords. I like that. The fact that she's there with the air imagination card as well, right? So overall, looking at the cards initially, let's see. There might be a need to get out of your head about something. I'm not sure what that is yet. There might also be a need to face changes. With that Tower and the Death card being there, there might be a need to face some kind of, there could potentially have been some resistance to something at some point. Or not standing up for something at some point. And then with the Queen of Swords there, sometimes that can be a need to speak out and express. But let's get into it. Let's get into the clarifiers and see what else comes out, because this one's a bit of a mishmash. The main thing that stands out here is that Tower and the Death card, because clearly there's a something relating to change here. But with the Death card in reverse, sometimes, as I say, it can be a bit of resistance. But let's get the clarifiers and see. So first of all, the Four of Swords. What do we need to know here? Oh, and of course, I want to read from the book as well, the air card. So let's do that first. So air imagination. I'll read, I haven't read this bit for the others, but I'll read it. It's like poem, spell, whatever you want to call it. It says, don't be afraid, no need for fright, imagination's sacred sight. Time to believe, for 'tis the key, unleash your gift, trust what you see. The magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. So a thought that's coming into me is if someone is a writer and you've kind of resisted putting your work out, that's one thing that's just like an intuition. I mean, obviously with the Queen of Swords and the imagination card, but the writing specifically is coming in. It could be anything creative, but writing specifically. Has someone written something and is resisting putting it out there because of the fear that it won't be received well or whatever? But that comes to mind. Or has someone been wanting to write a book and they keep procrastinating? Yeah, that's something. Writer's block even. Somebody getting over writer's block. Right, anyway, let me read this. That just came in intuitively. So it says, the power of air sweeps through your imagination, urging you to believe what you see. For you have been blessed with second sight. Strange shapes in the sky, vivid colours as you close your eyes, sighting repetitive signs and symbols all confirm your natural clairvoyance. A canny gift for a witch indeed. So disregard your doubts about your ability of clear seeing, for these fears blow you off course. Instead, stand firm in the eye of the storm and know that your visions are valid. For your imagination is the gateway to real magic that beckons a world you have been longing to discover. Call upon the spirits of the air to enhance your creativity and meditation abilities and to stimulate your mind as you light incense, a yellow candle, and face the direction of the east. This is a great time for fertility as air blows you in the direction of new beginnings. So throw caution to the wind and watch as your visions manifest into reality. The foresight says, work with the element of air to still the mind, meditate daily, start a new project, trust your second sight, write, paint or draw, get outside, hear the wind, take long walks or skydive. And then there's a final bit here where it says air revealed. As the dawn awakes in the east, air calls us to breathe in this sacred element as a focus of communication, movement and knowledge. Air is the element of new life and possibilities. Air, reflected through the four winds, carries our thoughts and dreams, binding them together as one force of visualization and focus. So obviously it's spoken of creative stuff, including writing. That Queen of Swords keeps making me think that someone needs to tell their story, whether it is in written form or in another way, whether like if a podcast, film, whatever, but telling a story, getting a story out. Even like in a conversation, you know, like if someone's been through something and they're just having a conversation with someone or a group of people about it. Meditate with the Four of Swords as well. Maybe you're struggling to meditate and that's something you want to do, or meditation will be helpful for you in just in life in general. But let's get the clarifiers out and see. And obviously it did mention clairvoyance, so that could be specific for someone as well, if that's a gift that you have. So Four of Swords, first of all, we have the Ace of Wands, which is like a creative spark, isn't it? Anything else? We have the Four of Cups, Strength card, the Devil. Let's get one more for that Devil card. Okay. So again, there is that thing where someone's creativity could be blocked, or the confidence to express the creativity could be blocked, is something that comes up here. You may be feeling in general, you may be feeling a bit uninspired or seeking inspiration and struggling with it. Okay, let's have a look at the other cards. Yeah, I can't get much more than that. Let's look at the Seven of Wands. What do we need to know about that Seven of Wands? So we have the World, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, the Star. There's a lot of cards that kind of have a bit of a delayed or blocked energy to them, to be honest. So with the Seven of Wands, I'm looking at that as a past energy here. It's in reverse, so let's feel it out. It feels like the desire to do something that someone cares about, or pursue something that someone really cares about, whatever that is, whether it is a situation, a project, a person, something creative. But with these cards, with the Seven of Cups there, that can be where you're deciding if it's something worth pursuing, or it can be confusion, or where there's a lot of options to consider. And then with the Seven of Swords and the Star, it feels a bit blocked, to be honest. It feels a bit blocked. It's like with that Seven of Swords, it's kind of like wanting to let the cat out of the bag. So again, you know, as an example, it could be literal for someone, but as an example, that whole thing, if you were writing a book or something, or wanting to tell a story, and you're kind of like contemplating, or at least thinking, because it's swords, at the very least, that you want to let it out. But then with the Star in reverse, it's kind of like not following through on that. Can we get one for the Star to see why someone would not want to follow through on something? Why would someone not want to follow through if they really care about it? Try that. Okay. Okay, we have the Page of Swords and the Moon. That's where it can be where you don't have enough information. It can be that you're facing the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't feel like you have enough info. You don't feel like you have enough knowledge. You don't feel like something's developed enough. If it's an idea, you might feel more research is needed. But it's, as I say, it's like you're kind of ready to go, but haven't quite taken action. So it's a bit of a delay, block, whatever you want to call it. And obviously, a general reading, you take it as you will. However this resonates for you, you know, take it that way. Let's see what else we get out of these cards. So let's look at the Tower. So this is a challenge. The Tower's a challenge here. I think one thing that will be a big challenge is that it will change everything. If you kind of let the cat out of the bag, it will change everything in whatever that means for you. Whatever the cat in the bag is, it will change everything. What's the Tower? What is the Tower saying to us, please? That's a lot of cards. Right, so we've got the Four of Pentacles, another card of kind of holding something in or blockage. We've got the Empress, the Death card, the Ace of Swords. Let's just get one more for that. The Ten of Wands. And this is the Tower. This feels like where, you know, where we speak of the dam is about to burst. That's what it feels like, because you've got the Four of Pentacles at one end and the Ten of Wands at the other. So it feels like it's a burden holding it in, to be honest. It does feel like it's a burden holding it in. But with the Empress there, it's like something is ripe. Something is very ripe and has the potential to be very abundant. Again, you've got the creative element there, creativity. This can be the birth of something new, but because the Tower's there, obviously it changes everything, and the Death card is there. So I wonder, the Hanged, where's the Hanged Man isn't here, but it's given a bit of Hanged Man type, and not Hanged Man, yeah, Hanged Man, sorry, where would you have to sacrifice something? I mean, well, the surrender would come to mind anyway. If you're holding something in and you worried about letting it out, surrender comes in there. But in terms of sacrifice, does something have to be sacrificed to birth something new? To let the cat out of the bag? Because as I say, it looks like if you open up and let this out, it changes everything. And look how he's holding the pentacles, like in front of that heart chakra. Probably a bit of the solar plexus too, but mainly in front of the heart chakra. I don't know if you can see that. And then it's green, it's pentacles, you got the green in there as well. But the Empress energy as well, she's very nurturing. So it's like protection, protecting something that's really valued, that you really care about, something that you've even nurtured. Again, if you'd written a book or whatever, you might be really feeling protective towards it. Like, I don't really want to let this out so that people could potentially rip it to shreds, but they might not, they might like it. And again, it doesn't have to be a book. It's however it's relevant for you. Any kind of idea, project, whatever. It could be anything. Let's get one for that Ace of Swords. But yeah, it feels like a burden keeping it in. So that's why I say the dam bursts, because the dam bursts because you try to restrain something, don't you? And then it bursts when it can't be held in any longer. What's the Ace of Swords about, please? Well, we have the High Priestess, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Cups, which is kind of like where something needs to come out. Something needs to be expressed, whether it is through creative expression, through conversation, because the swords can be communication as well. The King of Swords is a great communicator. The Queen of Cups is feeling, so it can be expressing how you feel, or it can be expressing about something that you love. But with the High Priestess, again, it's been kept either a secret or just keeping it to yourself for now. And that is the challenge. So the challenge is, I would say it's being willing to allow, to to know that it's going to change everything if you let it out, or that it can have a massive impact if you let it out, and being able to deal with that. Okay, let's put these away. And I said about that Leo energy with the heart chakra, and Leo is about courage, isn't it? Courage and heart and passion and creative expression as well with Leo energy. Let's look at the Death card. So this for me is like anything external to you that's impacting or influencing anything. So it could situations that can be circumstances, people, energy, whatever, events. There's a delay here for things to change, but this is external to you. So as much as I'm saying that you may be holding something in that you ideally could do with letting out or expressing, there's external delays as well. So what are the external? And the delays aren't always negative. I mean, we think that I think the first thing we think is, oh, it's holding me up, it's negative, but not necessarily. Sometimes delays are a good thing. You know, like when people talk about getting dramatic now, they say that, oh, I was meant to get such and such, I don't know, I was meant to travel to such and such at this time, but I was late, and then there's some sort of accident that happened, so you kind of, your life is saved because you weren't there at that time. Because you were late, your life was saved. You know, it's that kind of thing where the delay isn't always negative. Sometimes the delays is beneficial. But let's see with the Death card, what else do we need to know? So we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Eight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Let's get a couple more. You have the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Okay. One delay for someone here is that bear with me a minute. Again, that sacrifice thing is coming in because of the Eight of Cups there and the Wheel of Fortune. That's making me think of something needing to be sacrificed. It's like if you express or speak up, you have to sacrifice something for that. And it could be as small as pride, you know, like if you, and being protective, that could be the sacrifices that you once you speak up and you express you're no longer protective, you know, you've put yourself out there in the open now, so you're open to anything, whether it's positive feedback, criticism, whatever. That's one thing. For some, with the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant there, it's commitment. That the external factor that is a delay is that because you might be committed to something already, it's like you have to change your commitments, or you have to, is uncommit even a word? You can no longer be committed to something previous to commit to this new thing, if that makes sense. So like, say if you were changing your career path, you're sacrificing your old career path for the new career path, so you can no longer commit to the old career, you got to commit to the new career. And then something about new values is coming in here as well with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant. It's like a change of values, maybe. So maybe even sacrificing old values for new values comes to mind too. Committing to new values after letting go of the old values comes to mind, or old truths, and committing to new truths. But yeah, so as an external influence, there's just something here. As I say, there's a delay, and it looks like there's a sacrifice or surrender at the very least kind of needed here. Let's look at the Queen of Swords and see what she says. What do we need to know for that Queen of Swords? So we've got the Six of Cups. We have the Seven of Pentacles. What else? Right, Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Four of Wands. Let's get one more. Page of Swords and the Two of Cups. So I feel like with that Queen of Swords, looking at her as something that you need to be more aware of is that you still have the power to make an impact. You may be holding back based on past experiences, actually, with the Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and Eight of Swords, because it's kind of questioning, is it worth it, and not being prepared to open up. But with the Four of Wands there, it's like you've already laid a foundation. You've already achieved something. Yes, with the Page of Swords, there may be more to learn. You may not have enough information, but with the Two of Cups, it feels like an impact can be made. And there can be a positive outcome as well with that Two of Cups there. It's like you know enough. You might not know everything, but you know enough, or you have enough information to go ahead and to express what you need to express, even if you don't feel that way. So again, if you wanted to write a book, you may feel you're not ready, or you don't have everything the way you want it to, you don't have everything you need, or have everything planned as well as you feel like you need to have it planned. But you've got enough. I feel like you've got enough here to go off, to make a start. Even if it's in terms of like having a conversation or something, expressing in terms of a conversation. Again, there was that whole telling a story, or just a conversation in general. You've got enough. It can make an impact, a positive impact. Let's put these out of the way. Let's get you a card as for the future energy, potential future for this. So I'm going to move these out of the way, because you're my second reading, and I did the previous one there was just too many cards everywhere. So potential future energies around this for Capricorn. So we have the Strength card, reverse. It's supposed to be in reverse. And let's get you a guidance card. Five of Cups. Okay. So with the Strength card, it's about building up strength, courage, whichever way that goes for you. And it's come up again, hasn't it? The Strength card has come up again after the meditation, where I said something about building up superpower, super strength, invincibility, that kind of energy. Let's clarify that for you. So Strength card is a potential future energy. We have the Two of Swords, the Hanged Man. There's that Hanged Man I felt earlier. This is going to be a slow process. And I did see the Knight of Pentacles come out as I was saying that, but I feel like it's going to be a slow... I mean, with the Two of Swords, the Hanged Man and the Knight of Pentacles, that's not quick at all. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. Right, the Nine of Pentacles for me can be a card of building up courage. I feel like this is part of the challenge as well, is building up the courage to... and a sense of stability as well, whatever that means for you in terms of expressing what needs to be expressed, basically. So in the future, there might be still a bit of being in two minds and keeping things to yourself, and slowly letting it out, slowly becoming ready to let it out. But it's like you need to feel more secure somehow. It's like there's a desire to feel more secure before you're willing to let it out. Whether that means emotionally, mentally, physically. Let's look at the guidance, the Five of Cups. So it's a slow process. This isn't going to happen fast. I mean, Capricorn is known to take their time anyway. It's not like not typically a frivolous energy. But let's look at the Five of Cups. And I did say, didn't I, there was a thing with the meditation with experimenting and multiple attempts to get the right formula, and then once you get the right formula, it's like you feel invincible. So I guess that's coming up here. So I've got the 9 of Wands, resilience. So that's for the 5 of Cups here. That's the guidance. We have, so I feel like it was the 3 of Wands, then this, whatever this is, the Page of Wands, 3 of Swords. Let's get one more for you. And we have the 8 of Wands. Okay. It feels like there's a need to get past any previous disappointments in order to kind of get your strength back and be ready to put yourself out there and even start again, possibly. And I think part of it is, it's like, you know, like when you've broken up with someone, and for a lot of people, I know some people that can easily jump from one relationship to the next, but then a lot of people need that time to kind of build, I don't even know what we're building back up here, but to build something back up so that you're ready for another relationship, but also to build yourself back up enough where you're prepared that even if you start seeing people again, dating people again, you could get hurt again, and you want to feel like you've got enough strength that even if you start dating new people and you get hurt again, you'll be able to deal with that. So it's like a double whammy of strength that you're trying to build up. Strength to have the courage to put yourself out there, but strength to deal with any disappointments as well. And I'm getting that kind of vibe here. So this is the advice. I think it's telling you not to rush, actually. So give yourself time to build up your sense of resilience. But I would say also don't let past disappointments hold you back as well. You probably have more resilience than you actually know, to be honest, to deal with the outcome of putting yourself out there and expressing what you feel like you want to express. I think you've got enough resilience to deal with it. But obviously you know yourself better than anyone, so you'll know if you need more time or if you're ready now. But I can't see you being rushed anyway. Either way, you're not going to be rushed. Let's get a final card of guidance from the unicorns. So this is a really, really weird deck, but let's see what comes out. What else do we need to know as advice for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising? You've got 2. You have not a snail, calm. That's slow. Snails are calm, aren't they? Slow and calm. And you have not a butterfly, metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. I thought it said metamorphose then. Metamorphosis. So there's that energy of things changing, and there's the energy of the slowness. Let's get the book and have a look at some of the meanings of these. So the calm card, the snail card. So the transformation says, you have come so far on your journey. Who's stopping now? Certainly not you, unless you take a different approach. A snail appears in your path, moving so slowly, so calmly, never losing stride. Take a deep breath and see, there is more to this snail than what might first seem. It is a sign for peace, serenity and calm. The unicorn snail reminds you that only the peaceful heart is truly strong. And the meditation says, deep breaths, relax your body, take a moment to swallow, release all stress, focus only on the sound of your breath. Now breathe. Be still, be at peace, be calm. Like the snail, you will make it in your own pace. Keep on keeping on. The affirmation says, I allow a peace and calm to wash over me. I am safe. The action says, are you hustling and bustling through your day? Take a moment to slow down, move slowly, breathe deeply, light a candle or sip that cup of herbal tea. There is no need to hurry. You will get there no matter your speed. Slow down. So as I said, you're not going to be rushed, or you shouldn't be rushed. And then the metamorphosis, not a butterfly. The transformation message says, will a caterpillar always be but a caterpillar? Milling through weeds and leaves on her belly and tiny little legs, crawling and wishing and dreaming of scaling up ever higher heights. Munch, munch, munch. She eats, she spins, she waits. Then she hatches into a new day. A winged marvel of Mother Nature, playing and twirling in the wind. The metamorphosis is complete and a new life begins. And in this there is more than beauty. There is more than just the power of change. There is a butterfly unicorn, a miracle of every day. The meditation says, join the butterfly unicorn as you take flight through many changes and seasons, always laughing, always growing, always soaring to new heights. What does she say to you about the power of transformation? The affirmation says, I am changing, I am growing, I am transforming, I take flight. And the action says, plant a butterfly garden, or perhaps just place a simple butterfly-friendly plant on your windowsill. Enjoy the thrill of watching the butterfly unicorn appear in your garden. The wings of change are upon you. Capricorn, I have to say, so as I said, you're my second reading. I recorded Cancer first. I've been doing it in the pairs of, I guess it's the opposites in astrology, and the, you know, like you have the cardinals, the mutables, the fixed signs, and that's how I've been doing it. Cancer's reading, in their meditation, I saw a butterfly, and the key words came up that have come up here about soaring and the transformation. You might, if you've got Cancer significantly in your birth chart, you might want to watch that, because that could be very relevant for you as well. So if Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, you might want to watch that. And even where it said breathe in the snail message, that was something that came up in the Cancerians meditation as well, about, you know, breathe, take a breath. So yeah, that might be relevant to you too, but I'll leave it there. Hopefully you got something helpful from that. I hope that September goes well for you. I'll see you in a couple of weeks when I do the mid-month check-ins. So enjoy your week, enjoy your day, and until next time, take care.